All right.
And hello, hi.
Hello. I'm going to say got it. All right. Hello.
Hi there. Hi, Ann. Hi,
Hi.
Phoebe.
Hello.
How are you? It's good to see
Good.
you
I'm sorry I'm not on
guys.
video. I'm with the baby, but I can see you guys.
Okay.
All right. That's good.
Just gonna
That's
send
good.
you.
Let me tell you, it's good you could see us because last Zoom meeting
Say hi. Say hi.
it was a disaster. I couldn't see anybody. I can't deal with things on Zoom unless I can see everybody. Hey, Sid.
Can you
How
see
are
everyone?
you?
Can you see everyone, Anne?
Oh, wow. Yes, I can see everyone, Phoebe. Thank goodness.
Perfect. All right.
I don't know.
So I don't know if well, I'll wait till everyone comes, but I guess we'll wait. It's only 6:31, so maybe 2 more minutes.
Yeah, we'll wait a few more minutes and then
Um,
we'll.
Phoebe, I can't help but notice the giant bunny behind you. You should talk to
Oh.
Zara.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think.
And how Maisie, now my other one wants to say. Maisie
Yeah.
wants to say.
Hey, Miz.
I think he made an appearance in my first video that I posted, my first and only video. Oh, Laura, Noah's mom.
You look so beautiful.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Phoebe. Hi, Miss Ann.
Hi, Sarah.
No.
Hello.
So I just have to let everyone know that this is being recorded, I guess, for our own purposes.
Posterity.
Yes. And
Whatever.
Henry. I was gonna say Henry.
Sid, I like your pajamas.
John.
Say thank you.
Sydney, all ready
How
for
are
bed?
you?
I'll dress for bed.
He's already.
Already.
Hello.
Bath.
I love
Hello.
that.
Do you see us? Do you see Phoebe and me?
Do you see?
So cool.
Miss Ann and Miss Phoebe on TV?
Yeah.
I know about
No. Yeah, no, very
you.
okay. I guess we'll just give it one more minute.
Do you want a moment?
It's so, yeah. Then we're gonna start. We're gonna start.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's done so way.
Yeah.
Maybe we should mute ourselves.
Yeah, let's mute her.
One.
It's so good to see you all. Thank you all for coming.
All right. Well,
Thank
and
you.
I guess we can start.
I think we should start. Yeah, I think we should
Good
start.
turnout.
Yeah. I'm sure other people may join us, but
I'll keep an eye out.
we don't want to keep you guys waiting.
Mhm.
First of all, as I said, thank you guys for coming. People for coming. I still say God. Phoebe and I are really happy to see you, and it is a real joy to be part of your children's lives. So we just wanted to start out by saying that. I know that I feel very lucky to have the opportunity to work with them. And I think Phoebe would second that
Yes.
and agree with that. Phoebe, did you want to introduce yourself first, or should I go ahead? Just a little bit more information about us, and then we'll go on.
I guess you can go first, Miss Ann.
Hmm?
You can go
I'm
first.
sorry.
Miss Ann.
Okay. I've been teaching at ACT. I'm just going to say a couple of things. Some of you already have known me. And I've been teaching at ACT for a very long time. And I grew up in the neighborhood. I moved into the neighborhood when I was 2 years old. So again, I've been in the neighborhood for a long time. And actually, when ACT first opened its camp, I went one summer to their camp. And I as I said, I grew up in the neighborhood. I went to the Bank Street School for Children, and then I got my master's at Bank Street in early childhood. Um, and that's really about me. And as I say, I've been teaching before I worked at ACT. I worked for a cooperative nursery at the YMCA on 63rd Street. So I had the opportunity to work very closely with parents because parents were required to spend time in the classroom. And so it's part of what I love about teaching is not only working with the children, but establishing partnerships with parents. And so I think I'll leave it there. If anybody has any more questions about that, they can ask me. Phoebe,
Oh, yes.
anything that you wanted to add?
No, I just wanted to, I guess, reintroduce myself, short and sweet. I'm Miss Phoebe, have a an MS in early childhood education under the umbrella of theater education. And sorry, I'm like doing a couple things at once. I'm taking attendance. I'm like saying my little spiel. And yeah, it's just great having, it's such a privilege having all your kids with us. It's great getting to know them and everything. And I just wanted to point out, it's great to see everyone, but so Noah or Lara and Noah are joining us, and we might not recognize their faces, but they'll be joining us Thursday, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Hello, everyone. Just say hello. we just
Hey.
Noah has
Hi,
a
Noah.
appointment on Tuesday next week. So we're hoping once he's
Tuesday
had the
next week.
appointment,
Okay.
he can join after that.
Great.
Welcome. I'm Noah.
Hi, Noah. Welcome.
Hi,
We
Noah.
can't wait to see
Wait,
you. Hello.
You being
Hello.
shy?
Hello.
You're gonna say hello, Noah?
It's
I think
great.
he's just a bit shy. He came out the bath. Sorry.
That's okay.
Totally fine. Yeah.
That is okay. Noah, we have lots of exciting stuff for you to see at school. Do you like cars and blocks and trains?
Thanks.
Do you like those things? They
I like
will.
buses.
I'm
This
Bendy
is
Butter.
part of what you're going to see at school. It's going to be very cool. Yeah.
You're excited. Well, we're really excited to join. Thank you for the welcome.
Yes, of course. We're excited to have you, Noah. And Lucas joined. I see Lucas is here.
Hey, Lucas.
Hi.
Hi, Lucas. How are you? It's good to see you. We have a bunch of our friends joining us too.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So Miss Ann, I
Okay.
know bedtime's approaching. So do you want to go ahead and get the ball rolling?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that we'll I think what we can be guided by is some of your questions in terms of pinpointing things that you want to know about. But there's a couple of things that we wanted to talk to you about, a little bit about our schedule, our philosophy in terms of our overriding thoughts of what we hope to accomplish this year with the children, our goals, so to speak. And Phoebe, I don't know if you wanted to speak to that first or not. We can talk about other things, but first, but yeah, I mean, you let me know.
Sure, thanks. I guess I just want to speak on behalf of my personal philosophy and pedagogy, meaning that when it comes to teaching the kids and caring for the kids, I always listen to them. That's very important to me. Mutual respect is very important. So I don't see myself as higher than them, or I know more, even though I might. I mean, I probably don't. So I always have their, I always listen to them, ask them if they need help with something, encourage them to be a little more, to be as independent as they can be, because this is the age where they want to do things themselves. It's okay to make mistakes. Like if you're drawing something and you make a little mistake, that's fine. Creativity is very welcome. And I guess in terms of curriculums, seeing what we're very big on emergent curriculum. So seeing what what they're interested in, what their interests are, individual or as a group, and see what comes from there, see what we can learn from them. Yes, and that's.
Yeah, I would just second that. I think that the most important thing to know about ACT is that we are a play-based curriculum, which goes to what Phoebe was saying. We are guided a lot in forming our curriculum by what we see the children, where we see the children's interests are lying, are gravitating towards, and we take that and let them explore. Children at this age, I mean, a major piece, and I just wanted to mention the separation. These few weeks of school are all about getting to know each other and establishing the routine of our day. In terms of our schedule, we start off the day usually with children just being together with gross motor activities or an open-ended time. In other words, there's no teacher-directed activity in the beginning of the day, per se. It is a time for them to just choose what they would like to do and spend time together investigating things that are new to them. Materials, even materials that you would think of as simple that they've even used before, for example, markers. They're getting to know how to take care of those markers, put the tops on the markers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's part of the routine. It's a slow build. At this age, I think it's very important to realize that children need time and it's okay. And it's important, especially at the beginning, that they have that foundation of time and getting to know each other. And from there, they're going to feel comfortable in moving forward with other more complicated tasks. I'm looking for exactly the right word for that.
More than one step direction.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, we're even working on 1, 2 step 3 directions in terms of our schedule of the day. And that's where they are, and that's where they need to be. Socialization, to my mind, speaking to philosophy, is pretty much one of the most important things that they're going to get this year. It is simply knowing how to navigate the microcosm of the world that's in the classroom.
Caring for your own body, caring for friends' bodies.
And teaching them how to navigate things like sharing, which seems like such a simple thing. It's not so simple. Giving them the words if they need them to take care, and this goes to what Phoebe said, to take care of some of their own conflicts. If somebody takes something from you, there are children at this age who are not sure of what to do or what to say. And that is part of the socialization. We're giving them those words and that guidance. And so that's a big piece of our curriculum. And there's the other piece, I mean, we've already started in some more teacher-directed activities concerning Halloween and fall, and maybe Phoebe would like to speak to that, but more teacher-directed, because the other part of our curriculum is there are times when they have free choice, and there are times when it's a little more directed by the teacher, and that is to get them ready for their school experience as they move on, and to know that there are different times of the day with different expectations for them.
Such as
Um,
nap or like transitions, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And Phoebe, I don't know if you wanted to speak to some of the things that we've been doing in regards to Halloween and some of the other things.
I guess I just want to touch on, as I'm sure you're all curious as to the actual schedule or like a tentative schedule. So like Miss Andy, you want to speak on what we do throughout the day, or what is going to happen, what will potentially happen in the when we get to colder
Right, right.
or like rainy.
Well, our plan is, because of COVID, is to spend as much time as we can outside. Right now, because of separation going on, what we've been doing is we've been splitting the group in half, and we just actually started bringing them all together. So to make it a little easier for them, Phoebe's been taking some of the group and I've been taking some of the group. As of this week, we've meshed, as we always intended to, into one group. And we've also started, Miss Phoebe started taking them outside in the half groups to start them off. And so we will be having gross motor activities outside, some of our teacher directed activities outside after our snack. As it gets colder, of course, we're going to be guided by the weather and what the children can handle.
Yeah, and it would help, sorry, Miss Ann, it would help a lot, as you know, we've seen in the past, if everyone would be just properly dressed, meaning gloves, hats. So if you're cold, you know, your child would probably, that's what they would need to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, and just, I guess, to touch on that point, so we will, like, if we're running or doing some kind of activity, we'll try to be outside in the afternoon, not the afternoon, the later morning. But for times when we're sitting, like snack time, or for the PM kids lunchtime, we'll try to do that more inside on the cold, because that's just sitting in the cold and it's colder. So
Right, exactly. We're not really gonna, I think that will, as I said, I think that especially at this age, we're gonna be guided by the children And certainly as it gets colder, it depends on how cold the winter is, et cetera, et cetera. Sitting in one place is a lot in cold weather. So that would be something obviously that we would do inside. Same thing with the children that are going to be with us until 3 in the afternoon. Lunch and rest consideration. But I guess what we're attempting to say is that the idea is to spend as much time as makes sense outside. And part of this is to keep it's part of the protocol for COVID and to keep us as healthy as we can. I don't know if anybody has questions about that. And I don't know, Phoebe, if this would be a good time to just touch a little bit on COVID protocol. Because it's something that I don't know if all of you know, but it looks like that shortly, children under 5 may be able to be vaccinated. So as of right now, the basic protocol is basically teachers, we sanitize everything. And they are pretty much wearing masks except when they eat. And sometimes they need a little break. I have to say that last year I was just amazed that the children really had not much of an issue with masks. And I think that's because they haven't known anything else. And so they're quite used to it. Sometimes masks are too big. Sometimes children need to take the masks off. Sometimes they're upset. These are very young children. So we just want to make it clear what the expectations are. So it's really some of it, that's the general idea that we're trying to go for. But of course, as I say, these are young children. And we have to be guided by their comfort as well. So that's what I say about that. And of course, we take temperatures every day. And something to bear in mind, just across all the classes, we've had some children, and it's interesting because children still get colds, they still, and this year so far, we are finding that children, basically, all the parents have been fabulous. They're doing the quick, and a lot of you have in-home tests apparently. So at this point, so there's a very, parents are just making sure their child comes home with a runny nose or has a runny nose. They get them tested, and we ask that there's just a record of that for the school. You can just take a screenshot and send it to the office. But that's another thing that's important to keep in mind. There's lots of just general colds that go around. So, but it's always good in these times to just check it out and just send the information to us. So that's basically the protocol as of now in a nutshell. It's constantly, as it's said in the welcome letter, it's constantly changing. I will say that in general, cases apparently are going down in many, many places. So that's good news. And if you have any questions about that, feel free. I mean, of course, our first priority is to keep everybody safe and healthy. And so that's what we can say about that. And in general, I mean, I think safety is just in all areas is our priority. We want to keep, we have a lot of things that happen during the day. Children are just going up and down stairs. Oh my goodness. So it's just a priority in every aspect, just not COVID. So that's what I would say about that. Phoebe, did you want to add anything to that?
I guess I just wanted to talk about, I think touch on bathroom breaks, which are
Yes.
a big thing in this age group. And then after I touch on that, we can open the floor up to questions. So in terms of like daily bathroom breaks, basically, we do, of course, if someone has to go like individually, like that'll happen. But generally speaking, we'll try to do it once before snack. So we have snack around 10 o'clock. So we basically before snack, after snack, before lunch, after like the afternoon kids wake up from nap. So before any transition, like before they go home, we'll make sure they went to the bathroom, got changed, what have you. And if they need to go throughout the day. So that's my take on that little thing. And I guess now we can open up the floor, Miss Ann.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure there are some questions, and in case we, I mean, I hope we covered things. Well, I mean, I hope we covered things in a way that addressed your questions, but I'm sure that you have a lot of questions. So go ahead and we can, if there are details that we miss that you want to know about,
We can
please
do
let us
kind of
know.
like raise a quiet hand and then
Yeah, right.
yeah, like, does anyone have any questions?
No.
Oh my gosh, did we do an awesome job? That good?
No.
Always. I'm always the person at work too.
That's good.
My wife just pointed out to me that I haven't been doing the health. So on class tag, the link,
Health screening.
the health screen, I just
Yes.
fill that out every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do
Yeah.
drop off. So I
It's
have
just, yeah, and that should just be sent to the office. If there's any
yeah, Rosabelle
issue with that,
emailed me.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else? I have a question, which is, I want to make sure because class tag, because of COVID and the fact that you're not able to be with us in person during the day at all. We want to make sure that class tag is giving you a sense of what's going on in the room. And please let us know if there's something, I mean, I think the pictures are wonderful and they pretty much speak to everything that's going on. But if there's anything else, because communication is so important. And just on a personal level, sometimes because of the way drop off and pick up are now, because of just the limited time that you all have to spend with us, sometimes it can feel rushed and the communication that's why we depend on class tag. So that's part of what I wanted to make sure that you're getting that kind of information, that you feel that's good. So,
So we're all fans,
anybody else? Questions,
comments?
comments? You need,
I just have one. Hi.
sure.
Of course, Lucas wants to be in the picture.
Of course.
Hey, babe.
Hi.
Yeah. Would it just be possible to get maybe, I don't know if it's more pictures or what, because I feel like I don't have an idea of exactly what you guys are doing, of what you guys are doing all day. Like I see like some of the activities, but like when you guys go outside, okay, hold on. Or like, which I've already talked to you, Phoebe, about it with the mealtime photos and nap time photos, just to see how he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, we can certainly, you know what we can do, it sounds like maybe that we should give you a sort of a timeline. In other words, exactly what time of the day the pictures are happening in as well.
Well, yeah, just something
I
like
think
maybe more general.
that will help with that, just as a kind of guide to the progression of our day. Is that something that you
Yeah,
think would work?
yeah,
for you?
and yeah, that would be good for me.
Mhm.
That would be helpful.
So I guess I'll just touch on that a little bit. But generally what's been going on these first initial weeks
You
when
want
we kind of get settled is I've taken my little group, my little, like if friends are having a tricky time, so we'll go downstairs for a little bit, depending on like Anne will take a certain group to the gym and play in the gym. I will take my little group to the classroom and we'll do a little kind of puzzles or like, yeah, puzzles or building with manipulatives. So maybe blocks or any kind of building blocks. And then we've had some kind of teacher driven art activities that we're doing, and lunch is always at 10 o'clock. So that's remained one of our constants. And then after snack time, we have been going outside doing gross motor skills. By that, I mean running and playing with balls to kind of just practice our gross motor skills. And then after that, we'd do another little bathroom run, and then lunchtime would be at 12 again. And after that, the kids would clean up as best as they could. And then we'd go back inside, another bathroom run, get ready for nap time. Hopefully that's
people to stay in the afternoon.
12:40. Yeah, 12:40. And then we'd like turn off the lights, put some calming music on. If friends need someone to sit by them, to have them go to bed, that works. And then normally wake up like 2:30 before another bathroom run, or 2:40 or something like that. And then But yes, we will do more pictures. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I think Phoebe touched on something important, which goes back to the curriculum. For example, snack. If you come into, if you, all of you were able to come and be in the classroom with us and outside with us, a big piece of the curriculum at this age is when we sit down to snack, for example, you would see children eating, but it's also an important piece, and this goes to a lot of pieces of the curriculum. It's also an important piece of their language development, because we start conversations. And right now, a lot of those conversations may center around family. Who's in our family? Our sisters. We talk about moms a lot. And
And that's
so go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say moms and that they come back, parents, grown-ups come back. And also food, if they have similar snacks, that starts a conversation also. Oh, I have apples. I have apples.
Right.
too. Yeah. And
And
I
they bring
didn't touch, Miss Ann, I forgot to mention the songs I sing, the counting songs and
We all sing.
days of the week, continents, some kids even learn, and just the transitional songs, going up the stairs. So kind of safety songs, I guess.
So exactly. So a lot of the, what we're trying to get to is that we have the more formal curriculum that Phoebe was talking about, some of the artwork that we're doing for Halloween, for example, but then also a big part of our day is, for lack of a better term, the informal, which is something that you may not, when you come and you look at, you may not at first glance realize all the important things that are going on at this age, which we just touched on with that specific example of snack and singing, but it goes on throughout the day. And it goes on, Phoebe touched on this before, when we encourage them to do things on their own and to take ownership of simple things. Some children are still learning how to put on their shoes on their own. And Phoebe touched on this a little bit. So all of that is a part of our curriculum. So, yeah. Anything else, Phoebe?
That was perfect, Miss Ann. No, that's it for that. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything we want to address?
This is Faye. I'm Sydney's mom.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Okay.
Hi. And sometimes when I'm picking up, I don't know if we should always like check in or ask you how the day was. I know often you're pretty busy and I don't want to, bother you, and probably you would tell us if there was something that happened that we need to know, but just wondering in terms of the etiquette, like, should we be sort of, asking you how things went at the end of the day? Should we just, you'll tell us if something happened, or, what do you think?
Great question. Miss Ann?
I personally think, I think it's important if you want to check in that way, absolutely. And that's what I was speaking to before. Sometimes because you're not coming into, the dismissal and arrival can feel very quick. I hope we're touching on things that are important in a quick way when we're talking to you. But absolutely, if you want more information about the day, or just your child in general at school, there's so much we're still learning about the children. And we definitely want to share it. And most of it, you probably already know, obviously. You know your child better than anyone. But sometimes school and home are different and children react differently, or they're showing their different abilities than they do at home, because when they're home, they're with their parents. That's a whole different relationship to a school relationship with children, with teachers and children. So it's, I happen to think it's really incredibly important. And yeah, it never seems like there's enough time, but that's part of, you can definitely, we can figure out, if we can't talk to you right at dismissal, we can definitely communicate with you through class tag. And if you want to talk at some other time, sometimes while the children are resting, for example, we may be able to talk to you on the phone. After, if you want to talk to us on the phone about something that you feel is very important and want addressed or want to know about, we can definitely talk to you on the phone. So yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Of course.
absolutely.
I was just curious, is Alex with the children? I understand he's there during drop off and we get some communication from him, but is it just you guys are with the kids, or I just was curious
It's
about the role of
really the two of us.
Okay.
Alex is, he's in charge of class tag, so to speak. He's the administrator of class tag. And he also steps in where it's needed.
He will sub or,
Yeah.
Okay, but so the communication.
And if
is
we
anything
need
that
him
comes-
during the day for something, absolutely, he's there.
Okay, but our
uh,
communication
for
should be with the two of you.
yes,
first.
we're the ones.
You
that
absolutely.
we would-
I wasn't sure whether. it was
Oh, no,
Alex with the kids during the
Yeah.
day, or if it was just the
But
two of
that's-
you,
yeah.
who we should be in contact with if we
Yeah.
had any questions.
Mhm.
But just know that the three of us are in communication. Obviously, Phoebe and I are, but Alex is a part of that as well. So if you happen to communicate with Alex, we will also know about it
He'll
pretty
let
much
us know.
immediately.
Like
Yeah.
if, for example, if someone is missing a jacket or something, if you let one of us know, I'm sure, you know, Alex has more time on his hands to track something down, or we might know like, oh, your kid left it in the bathroom or it's in his locker or something.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So, yeah. Anything else? Anybody else have anything they want to ask?
Right.
No?
Well, I think it was a great.
All
meeting,
right.
Sam.
Yeah. Listen, thank you again for coming. And if you have any further questions, Phoebe and I are here to answer them. And if there's something that you just want to talk to us about, we are here. Something that, you know, if there's something that you feel we didn't cover somehow in this meeting, or again, if you have additional questions, absolutely. We're here to answer them.
Yep.
And just
Once again, it's such a pleasure being with your children for a big part of the day. It's great. You love getting to know them.
yeah, they're a really good group,
Yeah.
and they're doing an amazing
Learning so quickly.
job
Great.
already. Just in the
Mhm.
first few weeks, they've come.
Amazing.
You know, they're all very comfortable at this point, I think, pretty much. Just coming to school and seeing each other. They're enjoying each other, which is very important. So, yeah.
Thank you
Well,
guys so much.
thank you. Have a great
Yeah.
evening, everyone.
Take
Thank you
care.
so
We'll
much.
see
Thank you
ya.
so much.
Bye. See you
Bye.